Here we go. Okay, so going to create. Okay, hey, this is Justin. It is Friday morning, creating a live video. Something that was inspired by part of a cohort that I'm part of, and around proliferation of content. So I wanted to mess around with just being able to create a whole bunch at one time. So I think for me, the psychology of just creating a bunch of content, I was at a conference in 2012, and someone was like, just create 100 videos, and went out and created 100 videos. And the first thing was getting over the fear of being on, the fear of kind of being on camera and just getting through and not being worried about the voice. And, as I record this, I see in the background, I got some messy stuff. I wish my background was a little bit better. The shirt was a little, there's a whole bunch of different things that come up around this stuff. So, but yeah, it's just literally once we start going and you realize not a bunch of people are going to see this, and we get to a place a bunch of people are seeing it, it'll probably be good enough, or they'll kind of accept it as it is. So that's a little bit of the philosophy. So what I'm starting with is two things. Starting with a live video. I also got the Apple Watch going here. I don't know if you can see that. Well, I'm just recording the audio, so just messing around with that from a podcast perspective. Start to get some ideas out there. So I start with one of four things, I guess. Typically, I start with a sketch in my notebook to kick something off, which I didn't do for this one because I just jumped right into the talking. So sketch looks something like this. Doesn't, I'm not sure what this one was. A sketch in my notebook to get it started. I'll start with an audio typically that goes directly into Auphonic, because Auphonic does some very good editing. Sometimes to start the video, I like to do videos just directly into TikTok. If it's TikTok ready, then it means like it's kind of captured the main point. Written is the other way to do it. I typically don't start with written. My hands, I don't like to type that much, just because I out-typed my hand, so I usually don't start with that. That's usually what we do on the back end. So what does the workflow look like for me specifically? So if I start off with a sketch, let's do that. A sketch is typically a broad concept. Like I probably, as opposed to going randomly into this video, probably should have started with a sketch around this one. So it's a broad concept, that pretty much captures the whole system of what's happening. And what do I do with that sketch? Typically, the sketch gets captured in an image. I'll drop that into Dropbox just so I have it in one place. The two places that I focus right now are on LinkedIn and on TikTok. TikTok, just because I think there's an opportunity to get a ton of traffic off of TikTok, and LinkedIn, be able to get some traffic. So start with the sketch. If I'm taking it to, if I'm going directly to LinkedIn, I might do just some text, do a text write-up around the sketch and add the sketch there. Or the other thing that I would do is I would take the, I would put the sketch in the comments, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I take an image of the sketch, go over to Auphonic, record an audio commentary on top of the thing that I'm talking about. And so in Auphonic, what I do is I take the audio, and Auphonic's better than any other place for recording audio from my experience because it edits the audio. I'm not even recording with a microphone here. So I don't, you can add a microphone to this whole conversation and get better sound quality. There's a bunch of different ways to improve on what's happening. But more of this for me is just like brainstorming, getting ideas that are rattling around inside the head, outside the head. So take it to Auphonic, upload it to Auphonic, and so you take the audio and then take an image, which can be, I have a stock image, which is like a scribbled drawing that goes into Auphonic, or I take an image, and sometimes my image is my sketch, sometimes my image is, I'll do a note card. Like I did this one yesterday on like a minimum viable business, which is, and I'll take this card as an example. It's a URL, buy a URL, give some context to it. Say something about it. Have a survey on the background to be able to get some more feedback. Do a resource database, which is, I don't know if you've seen any of these, like card to Airtable. Bram Constein creates these businesses. And then I got your MVP out of this. So I started this as just like a basic concept of how do you kind of, what's a minimum viable like business. Now that is not, there's no market research that goes into that. So I created this as a card. What I did with this one actually yesterday is I just recorded this card and I put it on this little pedestal, and I recorded the card as a video on a little pedestal, and I took that over to TikTok. And that's what I did. And then I can put an audio behind this. So my audios go to SoundCloud. and then they go to YouTube, and they also go to Dropbox. That's an important one. So yes, so when they get, so SoundCloud and YouTube, I use SoundCloud for embeds for my blog website. I don't use the website that much, unfortunately, but it's a nice little embed that goes into a website. And, you know, as an audio message, which is kind of your minimum viable blog post. It's not going to get a ton of traffic. It's not going to get a ton of SEO, but it's a minimum viable blog post that's up on a topic. So that's what happens. So again, go to Auphonic, take the audio file. I move it to an Otter Dropbox folder, which is key. Then it goes to Otter, OTTER, which I think has started circling the rounds here. And then that automatically kicks off the transcription. For the work. Then I work on a TikTok video, depending on what I've got. And TikTok's my basic, you know, I'm not necessarily going for high quality stuff. Create a TikTok video, which might just be a one-shot deal with, like, I've just started doing these things on TikTok, which I just like this. You know, sometimes I'll do a voiceover, sometimes I'll just do music just with the card by itself, and just shoot that almost like a puppet play. Actually, you do a whole bunch of those to TikTok, and then now from TikTok you can go to a bunch of different places. So now you got a video. TikTok automatically goes to Instagram Stories, Facebook Stories. You can download the video, so now you can put it up on Facebook and put it in some other places. Now, so the one I'm experiencing with right now is just a live. Start with a live. You can do a whole bunch of different things when you're doing a live. So I got the audio in the background. Now I could also download the video after this conversation, and I can download the video after this conversation and move that to download the video after this conversation, and where's my thoughts, and then move that anywhere that that video is accepted. You know, start the live. Oh, and I've got this audio here, so this can be memos, and I can live to the podcast. Now, upload stuff to Anchor for all the podcasts. You know, that's an easy upload afterwards. And then Anchor distributes the stuff to 12 to 15 different places. The other thing I can do is, like, if I want to create a TikTok video, I like doing these sort of lame TikTok videos, which are just like recording. Let's do the camera. Recording something live. Let's just see. We got this here. Is it in my face? Is my no code sticker wrong? Yep. So, hey, just recording a video right now about, creating videos out of lives and using this as an example. So we've got that as the live that's happening, you know, another video that's happening in the background, just another hit of a way that this thing actually existed. So I don't know if they'll even use that or whatever it is, but that's just a quick way to be able to proliferate. Now, here's the thing. Most of this stuff is just going to be out there. You can go to, what's it called? Tumblr. You know, there's a whole bunch of, like, there's hundreds of other places you can go to on the back end of this. Most of it is just going to exist. Like my LinkedIn stuff, I pay a little bit more attention to, because I wanted to get I wanted to get some good, traction in LinkedIn. So, you know, I'll pay a little, and there's people that are, seeing it there. But besides that, I just and then I'll look at stats every once in a while and see what got some attention. And if they got zero attention, fine. Don't focus on that and don't do more. That's why I started doing more of these. And I should do just a bunch of these every single day, these types of videos on TikTok, because, I mean, they're getting hundreds of views. They're not getting I'm not getting thousands of views or going viral. And none of the stuff's getting thousands, but it's doing something once and then creating a whole bunch of other stuff on the back end. So I'll start to edit this video and do a whole bunch of different other stuff with it. And I'm thinking of putting something in Notion as far as the workflows. I'm also going to sketch the workflow out because I just jumped all over the place in this video. So we'll sketch that out as another way, maybe create another video around that, whatever it is. And this is just going on my Facebook page, which doesn't have a ton of people seeing it right now, but it's just a matter of getting the process started. So hopefully that helps. Thanks a lot for listening. Nope.